Welcome to our general body meeting, everybody. We're happy to have you here. And for those listening to this, thank you for watching this recording. We hope that you just gain a lot from this meeting. And we have some very important and very special news to share with you, as well as just a great featured presentation about WordPress. So lots to share with you and lots we're excited to, just have you learn from us. And so we have this welcome on the screen. If you're new, feel free to either scan that QR code or go to that link and become an official member of our club, which is free. You sign up for our mailing list so that we can give you all the latest news. And you can also just be eligible for all the programs that we put on. So becoming an official member is just your best way of getting more connected with our club, especially if you're just interested in TechCom or if you're looking for a community of just a community of English majors, community of people who love TechCom and just want to pursue careers in it. This is the club for you. So with that being said, just welcome again to our general body meeting today. And the first order of business is we have a featured opportunity that we want to share with you. It's about Relay for Life. And so we have guest speakers with us, and I'll allow you to introduce yourselves as well. And in short, this is just an opportunity that came way of the club. UCF does Relay for Life, a fundraiser each year. And so they're both here to share more about it. So feel free to take it away.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Peyton, and I'm the Relay for Life team's director. And go ahead and
my name is Alik, and I'm this year's assistant director.
So we have a little PowerPoint to share with you guys, just kind of giving general information about our organization. So let me go ahead and share that. All right. All right. So again, we're Relay for Life at UCF, and I'm going to have Alik go ahead and start for us.
Okay, so what is Relay for Life? Some of you might be familiar with Relay for Life, maybe if your high school had a team or your community had a team. But what we are is an overnight fundraising event that supports the ACS, the American Cancer Society. And the first relay was actually all the way back in 1985, organized by a colorectal surgeon that noticed how many people were being affected by cancer. And he walked around a track for 24 hours, and his friends and families were paying him as he did those laps to run or walk with him. And that's kind of where it started, and it's grown so much since then. It's actually so amazing to see the strides that we've had in like cancer research and awareness. And a really big part of Relay for Life in general is the fact that it is a community-based fundraiser. And that's actually one of my favorite parts, because it's not just the fundraising aspect, but going back to its roots, it's about bringing the community together. And Peyton will talk a little bit later about how we honor survivors and all of the good stuff like that. And so now, like I said, we've really grown. And so there are over 5,000 relay events held throughout the world. And at each event, each team will actually have a member of their team walking the track at all times. And that symbolizes how we say that cancer never sleeps. And so for one night, neither do we. And that's the thing, cancer patients, they continue to fight. They don't get to stop because they're tired. And so we just want to honor them and respect them and do our part. And it culminates in that one event, but we also, as we'll talk about, also have things like throughout the year if you do join and create a team. And so what is ACS? So their mission is to save lives, celebrate lives, and lead the fight for a world without cancer. So that's one of the biggest things, is that we're looking for a time that we can say that cancer has 100% recovery rate. And the way that we do this is through our funds, and we actually show that like our money goes to not just the research, but also program services and the supporting services. And so that can be people needing a ride to go to their chemotherapies that might not otherwise have a ride, or maybe it's going to the research itself, or maybe it's going to community outreach and education, or general expenses or fundraising expenses, all of that. So we really like to see the funds go to direct and indirect ways that will help our cancer patients and their families and caregivers. And so Relay for Life of UCF this year will be our 28th year. We began all the way back in 1993, which is crazy because UCF is a relatively newer school as well. And so now for our 2022 relay, that will be the 28th year. And so we have, again, it's all night. It's fun and fundraising. Our director loves to call it like a little fair or festival where we have all the different teams set up around the track. And you're going to be raising money not just throughout the year, but also the night of. And we do it around Memory Mall. Around that will be like our track around the Memory Mall area, if you're familiar with it. And at Relay for Life UCF, we join not only the campus, but also the community, and we come overnight, show our passion, our dedication for fighting for a cure for cancer. And every year there is an overall theme for the event, and each team will choose their own mini team theme, which is super cute. And then they decorate their little campsite where they set up around the track. And that's how they kind of set up their fundraisers. So they do games, food, drinks that are all usually centered around their little theme. And it just adds another fun added element and dimension to the event itself. And then also throughout the night, it's never boring. So it's not just, you don't just walk and nothing's happening. There's always events and guests, and there's performances, games. It really is just a way for a community to come together and to make it a fun fundraising experience. And so our date this year has actually been set. So it's March 19th going into the 20th because it's overnight, and it's going to be 4 p.m. to 8 a.m. And the location, like I said, is going to be Memory Mall going around the track. And so in person, you have each team with their little themed tent. And throughout the night, they're going to continue to raise funds with food, games, other activities. And then we'll also be doing themed laps. Some teams will bring different costumes. We'll announce those theme laps ahead of time. And so you can bring different things for your people to dress up, whoever will be walking the track. And it really is just a lot of fun all around. And our theme reveal, this is actually one of my favorite things that we've had, is Heroes for a Cure. And so we want to honor not just our superheroes, but our everyday heroes, our frontline workers, inspirations, and more. And so each team will get to pick, so they could pick maybe like a superhero movie, or they could pick their own mom or someone like that whoever they see as a hero. And I think that especially given like the current context and what's been going on in the world, we really have seen how many everyday heroes we have. So I can't wait to see the themes that people come up with this year.
All right, so as Alik was mentioning, one of my favorite events at our event is called the Luminaria ceremony. And I have pictures here of what a Luminaria is. It's pretty much this bag that people will make that they can personalize with a name, a message, drawing, photo, whatever you want on there. And we kind of use the ceremony to dedicate those who have died from cancer and those who have survived and their caretakers and all of that. And it's just a really sweet ceremony. We take a time to do a lap around Memory Mall for those who are affected, and it's kind of like a silent time. That way we can respect all of those who we have lost. But it's really nice, and a lot of people get really creative with their bags. So I'm really interested to see what they look like this year. And then speaking of survivors, if you know a cancer survivor, or if you have any caretakers who were, involved with it, we do have a survivor dinner every year at the event. And it's kind of like a dinner and dessert type thing. And it starts at 6:30. And it's basically just to help us honor those and give them a little something special at the event that not everybody else gets. But yeah, if you guys are interested and you want to come, I put the emails to the survivor chair so that you can reach out to them. And then this is the fun part. So as Alik said, there was a variety of fun events that we have. Here are just a couple pictures of them. So the Mr. Relay competition was like a drag style competition. People had a lot of fun with that. We've done food eating contests. We have a picture of Zumba there. My favorite thing is the past 2 years we had it on Zoom. And we were still able to do the Zumba through there. And I thought it was really fun. We had a good time. And thankfully this year, all things go well and it's still being in person, we get to have Zumba in person, maybe, who knows? So yeah, tons of fun events. It's not just, you know, the nitty gritty of fundraising. But if you do want to register, I have all of the information here. Our website is relayforlife.org/UCFFL. Puts you directly to the UCF event so that you can register. You'll click the little button that says join this relay. You can then log in or create an account if you're new to relay, and then choose to join or make a team, whether you want to be the team captain or your team captain already made a page for you guys, and then you can kind of just join through there. Fill out all the information. It is a $15 registration fee, but this kind of just kickstarts your whole fundraising throughout the event. And really, if you think about it, like Alek was saying earlier, this $15 can be put towards a patient getting a ride to their cancer treatment. So just kind of thinking of it that way. I think we're in the works of trying to figure out kind of like a promo code like Nighthon does for registration, but it's kind of in the works. So make sure to keep up with that. And then, yeah, it's a $15 registration fee, and this goes towards your fundraising goal as well as the team's overall goal. And by joining the team, you're not committed to attending. I know it's a long time to be out there, and you know, you get tired, you don't want to be outside, it's hot. I understand. You don't have to be there the whole time, and you can come through anytime throughout the event. You don't have to be there when it starts or when it ends, you know what I mean? So feel free to join us at any time. And a big thing that we definitely want to suggest when fundraising is using Facebook fundraisers. It's become really easy to use, and a lot of people were using it during COVID times. And I think we should just keep on the move of it, just because it really does help you if you're not the person to like go up and talk to somebody and be like, hey, I'm fundraising. Do you mind donating $1? Because I know not everybody's super talkative like that. Connecting your page to your Facebook is super easy. I put a step-by-step here. Basically, when you make your account, you can connect it to the Facebook, invite your friends to donate, share on your page about your efforts, and then it can also track your progress through there. And then one thing I really wanted to put in there to kind of help the teams is a website called Relay Connect, which does work with your Relay account when you make one, and it can help you lead your team during the recruitment process or help get to your fundraising goals. You do not have to be a team captain to use it. Anybody can use it. You can learn more about Relay for Life. As I know, we're spitting a ton of information at you. There's fundraising ideas, and then you can connect with the Relay community as a whole, because you know there's a bunch of different communities that are doing a Relay for Life, and you can kind of get ideas from them. I put a step-by-step there. It's super simple. Go to connect.relayforlife.org. You do have to have an account to access any of the information, but it's super simple. Just sign up. And then we want to make this a big thing for teams who are not as big and are having trouble kind of getting their events out there. We would love to help you in that effort. So if, say, you want to do a partial proceeds or any event that goes towards fundraising for your Relay team, we would love to help you. We can promote it on our social medias. In the end, we're all raising money for American Cancer Society, and we want to help you with that. So I left the email there. Make sure you have like a graphic or something that you want to post, and we'll totally do that for you. All right. So as we're coming to the end of this presentation, I wanted to give a couple upcoming events that are happening in the next week. So we actually have a bake sale going on. It's called Donation for a Bakery Creation. It's going to be on Tuesday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. outside the Student Union. We table out there pretty much every Tuesday and Thursday. So it just so happens that we're going to do this bake sale that day. So if you want to come get a tasty treat, all of it goes to American Cancer Society, and you can come and talk to us, get some more information about Relay. We would love to talk to you and meet you guys. And then November team party will be Wednesday, November 17th at 6:30 p.m. in MSB 359. Our team parties are basically a monthly, we call them, they're like monthly general board meetings, but we like team party because it's a lot more fun. So basically at these meetings, you get information about events, kind of general relay info if you're new. And it's a good way to meet the other teams, get to know the board a bit better. So we'd love to see you guys out there if you're still on the fence about joining. And then the last event we have is a Thanksgiving Field Day Food Fest. It's on Saturday, November 20th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Our location is still in the works, so make sure to follow us on social media to check that out. But it's pretty self-explanatory. We kind of wanted to do something before Thanksgiving, and it's just a fun event to get to know you all. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If there's any questions, please let us know. I put our team recruitment chair's email, as she's the one who pretty much talks to any of the teams who are needing any information. But if anything is not answered by her, she will send it to me. And I'm always available to talk, as is Alik. And yeah, here's our social medias. We're pretty much always on Facebook and Instagram. I don't really know if we're on Twitter as much, but definitely Facebook and Instagram to get all of the events and updates. And that's pretty much it. Does anybody have any questions?
Well, first off, I just want to say thank you so much, Peyton and Alik. That was a lot of great information. And yeah, we just really appreciate you coming to share this with us. I feel like there are a lot of avenues to be able to help, and for a really great cause too. So I just had one question, or more so, I guess, advice. Say that we were to participate in Relay for Life as a club, what would be a good starting point for us, or what might be a good way for us to start contributing?
Yeah, so of course, with making a team with that $15 registration fee, it kind of kickstarts your fundraising. But as far as that goes with fundraising, I pretty much start with the Facebook stuff until you guys can come up with a fun group fundraising opportunity as a team. But we would love to have you guys at the team parties. Those are always super fun to get more information, as again, this is a lot being thrown at you guys. And then just, keeping up with the social media and the events going on. A lot of these events, you can find new fundraising things, big sales like we're doing is always a good start. But yeah, if you just start with the small social media type fundraising things, I know a lot of teams do those Instagram bingo cards where you can kind of like put your Venmo or Cash App or something and be like, hey, help me raise money for Relay. And you can go about it that way. But yeah, just the simple stuff. And then you can work up to bigger things like partial proceeds and things of that nature.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Sounds like a good starting point. And I'd be, yeah, I would definitely be interested in staying more connected and possibly attending those team parties. And really, same goes for any of our members. We'll be sure to spread the word since they seem like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it. I always love going to new clubs and getting to see the other clubs on campus. So we appreciate your time, and it was really nice to be here.
Yeah, it was great to have both of you. Thank you again.
Thank you. Have a good night and a
Thank
wonderful
you.
weekend.
All right, you too. Have a great night to both of you. All right, awesome. Super glad that we could hear from both of them. So, like they said, they have a lot of great information. I can be sharing the slides. They sent me a link to the slides so I can distribute to everyone after the meeting. And of course, we can always talk about it as a club in the future with potential ways to raise money. So it seems like a great cause. But I'll continue with the rest of the presentation slides. So we just heard about Relay for Life, and that can be an ongoing discussion and hopefully an avenue to make some positive change. And next up, I'm going to, too fast. I'm going to breeze through just a few more club announcements. First is the FTC November newsletter is out, and those are put out each month. They have club news, opportunities, things going on in STC, a lot of things across the board that are just good to know as a club member or as just someone interested in TechCom in general. So the link is on our link tree. The link is on the screen, and you can read it there. And if you're subscribed to our mailing list, you receive those just automatically. And you can be on our mailing list by submitting a membership application as well. And then also we have our FTC t-shirt design contest, which is still open until November 22nd. We launched that a couple weeks back and we're still open to submissions. So just a bit under a couple weeks from now. So whether you have just a sketch or a fully fledged out piece of art, you're more than welcome to submit your design and help us come up with an idea for a club t-shirt in the future. We encourage just art of all kinds, anything that can be put onto a shirt. We are welcome to any ideas. And we'll be announcing the winner either at the end of the semester or beginning of next semester. And of course, we'd love to hear and receive submissions from any one of you. And both members and leaders are encouraged to apply. And this is something we're excited to, just bring as a way for everyone to just get more involved in the club and have their contribution, be something that sticks with us. So that is November 22nd. The link is on the screen and on our link tree as well. And then just an update on the STC FTC mentoring program. So first off, thank you to everyone who applied for it. We got a lot of applications, 14 mentees and mentors too. So it is, needless to say, something that is very popular, and we're happy to hear that. So there have been some delays in the pairing process, but I just wanted to update anyone who applied that they'll be receiving updates as soon as the process kicks off again, and once mentees and mentors are paired and we're ready for the kickoff meeting. So if you apply, just stay tuned either in our meetings, announcements, or your email. We'll be sure to reach out to you as soon as the mentoring program process is taking its next step. So thanks again to everyone who applied. And then just some internship opportunities. So we have some that came through. I won't go through each of them in full detail, but we have one from Google, one from L3 Harris, one from NASA, and one from Epic Games. A variety of internships and job opportunities for anyone who wants to get involved in TechCom. And there are different points in the year, some remote, some in person. So feel free to take a look at either of those or any of these. And again, I'll be sharing presentation slides to this announcement section itself after the meeting. Same with STC news from the Society for Technical Communication. They're releasing a scholarship, or they have opened up submissions for the STC Student Scholarship, which is due at the end of the year. That's $500 to any eligible STC student member who applies and meets the criteria. And of course, gets selected. So if you're an STC student member, definitely apply for that. It's a great scholarship and opportunity to go for. And they also have student honor societies. Same applies if you're an STC student member. It would be great to apply for those, and just if you get accepted into them, you just gain that recognition on the society and outside. It's just a badge to have to show that you have that merit. You can put it on your resume, and really it's a lot of great things packed into one. And finally, there are some free STC webinars coming up on the 15th and the 19th of this month, targeted towards new student members or those just getting into STC, or just new STC members in general. And these are completely free. All you have to do is just register at the link that's on the screen. And in short, it would just be a group of STC members networking, collaborating, and sharing some knowledge. So those will be upcoming next week, and it will be great to have you there. And then this is an opportunity we shared at our last meeting. If you're looking for ways to get involved in UCF leadership on a large scale, UCF President Leadership Council is open for applications. And the interest form is on the screen, as well as more information. And in short, it's an advisory group to the UCF president, and just by the name alone, a lot of great things to come from it. And especially if you're looking to just get more involved in UCF at that level, this is a great thing to go for. my breath. My oh, these are a lot of announcements. I should have checked before I made this. Cypress Dome is accepting submissions. Even though it's a good problem to have, just having so many things just out there, both in the English sphere and the UCF sphere. So Cypress Dome is accepting submissions if you want to submit your writing or your art. Um, this is UCF's literary magazine, and they're accepting submissions until December 31st. So feel free to apply to those. Feel free to apply to this opportunity, and they're more than welcome to just look at and review and accept your work to be put in their literary magazine. So just tossing this opportunity out there. And then if you're looking for an English Honor Society, UCF Sigma Tau Delta is a club similar to FTC, but focused more on just English majors as a whole. And it's a great honor society with a lot of opportunities out there for students as well. So you can join their groups, links on the screen, and you can reach them by email as well if you'd like to join. And finally, our next general body meeting is slated for next Friday, 1 week from now. It'll be online. We will be sure to give you the time once we have decided on all the details, but that will be 1 week from now, right before Thanksgiving break, or the week before Thanksgiving break. So be on the lookout for that. And finally, I will be passing it over to you, Ben, for our WordPress website workshop.
All right, thanks, John. So, hey, everyone. I'm going to do a short presentation and then a little demo on WordPress. And my goal is not to like show you how to do everything, because the good thing about it is it's made to be very easy. My goal is to show you some of what you can do and why it's worth looking at, you know, why it's interesting and why it's a good tool set to kind of get you hooked, basically. So to start off, let me share a little presentation. Okay. So WordPress, that's me. All right. So what is WordPress? It's a framework that makes it easy to build a website. So it's a specific product, basically. So even if you're using WordPress, you still need a server and a domain name for the website. The website has to have some place to run and some place to go, but this makes it really easy to actually build it once you get those things. So how would you use it? And the answer is there's a ton of options. So WordPress.com is like a cheaper, sometimes free option. If you want like a less flexible, kind of smaller site, that's a good option. And then basically any domain registration source will work fine and probably has a WordPress option. But I just thought GoDaddy was probably the easiest, but not them specifically. Anything's fine. So what does it do if it helps you build websites? Well, it's got a visual editor that lets you make posts really easily, and I'll talk some more about that, or I'll show that rather. And it lets you customize things quickly with plugins that can change how your site works. It also gives you a lot of, you know, flexibility in managing your site. If someone comments spam, you just delete and it's gone. And tons of other features. And it's really oriented towards like a blog type thing, but you can extend it in any direction. You can make it more of like, you know, e-commerce type of thing, or in our case, a club where you make posts and moderate things. And it's very powerful and very easy. That's the best part. And that's it. Presentation's over. Demo time. Hold on. Okay. So I'll just start off with a little demo post here. So WordPress example. The point here is how easy it is to add and change stuff. So like here's just a plain text block, and you can make another one just by like hitting enter, and I'm in a new block, and that's that. And all these blocks have different characteristics. Like this one has colored text, and I can see that over here. Want to make it a different color? Done. I put a hyperlink in this one, so now we can view all the important stuff that I had to share, which was never going to give you up. There's an ad. All right. This one has an image, which is our FTC logo, and it comes with a caption. So it's really good for, you know, inserting an image into your article. And here's some of the ways you can customize it. It also supports alternative text for if the image isn't loading or someone needs it for accessibility reasons, like they're using a screen reader rather than actually seeing it. It's really good for that too. And then stuff like make your block a heading or make a list. See, I have a list here of things that don't belong on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Pickles, salami, anchovies, and celeries. There's probably more stuff, but those are just things that came to mind because we were talking about that last week in our leadership meeting. And there's a lot more you can do. Just to show you a few of the things, you can change the post settings over here. So do I want to make it public or not public? I'll just leave this as public. You can set it to publish at some time in the future instead of right away. And all these other things. Who is the author? I'll leave it as me. And you can conform it to a template. You can give categories or tags that help people find your post and understand what it's about. And you can set a featured image. So we could set our logo as featured image, as well as like writing an excerpt that just tells what the article is going to be about. So the point here is there's a lot of tools at your fingertips, and they're all really easy to find and use. They're just right there. So one of my favorite things is if I want to see how it looks for the end user, let me just hit this preview a new tab. And once it generates, we'll see what it looks like. So here we go. This is how it would look if I published it right now. You can see that my hyperlink, my image is all there. And it also shows, how the site looks, how it would look in the actual site. And how I could comment on it if it were real. So that's a little bit of the visual editor. There's other stuff you can do with it too, of course. This is just the very short version. You can edit your images in here or filter them. And there's an Elementor editor, which I haven't done all that much with, but it seems like it's pretty good. But it's just an alternative editor to the traditional one. You can like drag and drop blocks in here. But maybe the more important part of WordPress than the actual posting is that it makes it easy to manage the site. And what I mean by that is this dashboard here. You can do things like change how your site looks with just like a click. For example, let me go to appearance. Here's our theme, SquarePress, but I could change that right now. I won't do that, but you could, and that's valuable. You can also moderate comments. They show up here and I can say, oh, they want to sell me something. All right, that's spam and it's gone. You can also look at all the pages you've published. You can change, who's the author, do a quick edit of them, add categories or tags, and the same with posts. So it's just a really convenient way to do like a blog or e-commerce type of site without having to code or anything. You get the power of the backend of a site without any of the overhead. It's all just ready right there for you. So yeah, that's just a brief synopsis. Again, my goal is not to show you everything or how to do everything, because once you get interested in it and once you start it, it's all pretty straightforward. My goal is to show you that it's a really powerful tool that you should consider if you ever want to build a site. So with that, do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I guess one question is for someone who would be completely new to working with WordPress, where would they start? Like what would they type in, or what website would they go to start the website building process?
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. So typically, I think I mentioned that you need a domain name and server hosting as well. So the easiest way to get that is to get all of those at the same time. And the reason why I mentioned GoDaddy in the slides is because I happen to know that they bundle all those together. So you would just search, on GoDaddy or whatever domain site you prefer, search for your site name that you want. And once you've chosen that, you can choose your bundle options, and you can choose one that's like custom WordPress or manage WordPress, I believe, which will give you this sort of dashboard setup. So basically you find a domain site, you search for the domain you want, and then you'll be able to bundle it all together and get it all at once. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
That sounds good. And an additional question, this is something that I myself get mixed up with once in a while too. Um, there's WordPress.com and WordPress.org. And I think one is for just making a website on WordPress's own domain versus having your own domain. But I could be wrong. Could you describe the difference between those and
Yeah.
what the perks of each one are?
I don't 100% understand because it seems like it's very nuanced, but I know that WordPress.com is like, I think it's on their domain because it's less flexible. You've got to do things a specific way. Whereas WordPress.org is the one where you manage yourself. They're the same product, they're just two ways of getting at it. So I don't fully understand the variations between them, but I think that's the general point of it.
I see. Okay. And that is very helpful. And so this site, for example, since there's all the different layers of control, it has its own domain. Which version of WordPress is this one using?
This, I believe, is .org because it's managed.
Okay,
I
great.
believe. Yeah, here we go. WordPress.org.
Oh, I see. Okay, that definitely clears it up then. Because I knew that one is a more light version of website building and the other one is has a lot more features and control in the domain. So
Yeah.
that does differentiate it then.
Mhm.
I guess an additional question, how, if someone were completely new to making their own website, which would you suggest they start with and how difficult do you think the process might be?
I've only used .org actually, so I can't speak too much about .com. But I can say that I was just building a site for like a resume for myself recently, and you can start from a really good template and just fill in the text. So like I got a template that was someone else's resume, and I just say my name goes where his name is, and then I describe myself instead of describing him. So I would say it takes some time just to write up the text, but like in terms of technical knowledge, it's not bad at all. You just add in the blocks, type in what you want, and you can get most of it from a template. So yeah, I'd say anybody can do it.
Sweet. And templates are definitely just the savior of all content creators.
Yes.
Love them. Yeah, I don't have any other particular questions. I guess, are there any other parts of WordPress that you think are cool features to go through or that might be useful for when someone makes their website?
Yeah, there's one that I haven't dove in, whichever verb tense it is, too far, but it's plugins. Because you can add in a lot of functionality pretty easily. So we've got a few that are active here, and I haven't really looked at adding other ones, but I'm sure there are tons of ones like once you get advanced in it, I'm sure there's a ton that you can do. Or if there's a feature that you want to add in, probably someone's made a plugin for it. So that's the one that stands out that like I didn't want to go into too much because I don't know all the details and it's more advanced, but it seems really powerful.
Yeah, even from the look of it, it seems very powerful. Adding in as many plugins as you want to.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? All right. Seems like not. So I guess that was my WordPress presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed and that it was informative. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Much appreciated. And thank you, Ben, for going through that presentation and showing just how to use WordPress. It's definitely a good skill and a good industry skill too. Because you said you used it for making a resume, right? Or
Yeah.
was putting a resume on a website?
Yeah, it's really handy.
Nice. Yeah, I might just do that for myself. I've been looking to update my portfolio, or I might just put my resume on a website too. So yeah, but that was really great. Thank you for presenting.
Yeah, sure thing.
All right, and that is about it from me as well. So I guess we can close things off there. Thank you for everyone who attended and for everyone who's watching the recording. We're just happy to have had you with us or have you watching us, and we hope that this WordPress presentation and the meeting as a whole was useful. And that being said, it's getting a little late, so we can let you go from there. But I hope everyone has a great night.
Good night. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.